Alright, let's check if we're live here. Haven't streamed in a while, so I'm trying to figure out how this is all working. How do I find out if I'm live? Are we live? I have no idea what oh, okay, we are live. Okay. There we go. All right. Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Today we are in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are in the PMDG Boeing 737-800. We are currently at Palma de Mallorca International Airport in Spain in the Mediterranean, and we're going to be flying up to Luxembourg with this Luxair 737-800 and all that cool jazz. So we're going to be flying Luxair 602, call sign Luxair 2 Mike Alpha, on this 737, registered Lima X-ray Lima Golf uniform. Flight time today is estimated to be 1 hour and 45 minutes, I think. Is that what SimBrief said? What did SimBrief say? SimBrief told me it's 1 hour 52. Okay, 1 hour 52 minutes. So we have a flight time of 1 hour 52 minutes, and we will probably just get started here. I'm just gonna yell at people. I'm just gonna spam at people in my Discord server to join the stream. I'm gonna try and look at chat, but I might not be able to see everything, because there's like a lot of things going on. So alright, so I'm also in a voice channel in my Discord, so you might hear people screaming in the server, because why not? If you want to join my Discord, the link is, I don't think the link is in the description of the stream, but the link is in it's like the pinned message in chat, so you can find it there. It's also on like the about page on the channel. But anyways, we got all that. Don't need to worry about all that stuff. Let's get ready for departure. So we're currently in the cockpit of the aircraft. We have it set to cold and dark, as you normally start the 7.3. So I just have my checklist here. So we have a parking brake. Okay, that's set. Our battery switch is we'll switch on the batteries, and then next step, standby power guard is closed. And then we will actually, so now that we have power to the FMC, what we're going to do, we're going to go to, I believe, FS Actions, yeah. We're going to request a ground power unit. This is just in from the menu from PMDG, and we can get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. And, yeah, so that's set. We also, next step, load our fuel. I have my fuel and the weight and balance and all that. So we have with us 8,400 kilos of fuel. I do everything in kilos because the metric system is far superior to than the imperial system. Now I can't set my actual weight, so I'm just gonna try and get around our zero fuel weight, which is about 56,000 kilos. So well, our zero fuel weight is 56,000 kilos, or 55,975. So I'm just waiting to get a number that's lower than this. This is our zero fuel weight here. So I'm just trying to find a number that's a bit lower than that, because I can't get an exact amount. So this is what I do every time I fly the 7.3. I just keep clicking set random until I get lucky and get a number that's close to what I'm looking for. That's too high. Oh, something just happened. It's also too high. I don't want it to be too far off, so okay, that's good enough. 55,000, okay, our zero fuel weight is 55,300 kilos. Alrighty, so now that our fuel is loaded, we can then We don't need to worry about the aircraft config, that's fine. So we're gonna get our IRSs aligned. Those are these switches up here at the top of the overhead panel. That basically, you know, gets the aircraft navigation. Oh, and yeah, sometimes my simulator does that. It just like lags for a little bit. Oh, and something is going on. I don't know what that noise is, but I'll just ignore that because I honestly okay. Okay, so now that we've requested our ground power unit, we can connect to that, and now we have all the cool stuff. Okay, so we have our IRSs aligned. That's gonna take like a couple minutes to work, so we'll just kind of let that chill in the background. We'll put our position lights to strobe and steady. We don't need logo lights because this is a daytime flight. Cabin lights, we can't really worry about that. We'll switch on our yaw damper, and emergency exit lights, we'll set those to armed and close the guard. We'll switch on the seatbelt signs, get the fun little ding, and then we'll switch on our window heat as well. And okay, our recirc fans are on auto. Our isolation valve is open. Now we're going to set our cruising altitude. We have filed flight level 360 or 36,000 feet. Now we need the altitude for Palma. Now I need to find out what that is because I don't know what it is. It's probably close to sea level because we're on the coast, but 27 feet. Okay, so I'll just round it up. It does it in increments of 50 feet, so I'll just round it up to 50 because it's closer there. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna check if the audio works. Alright, I might turn down the music just a tiny bit because we don't have really engine noise to lower that. So, okay, so we have our our cruise altitude set, our land altitude, or ground altitude is set. We're now going to switch on this fuel pump, which this fuel pump allows us to use the auxiliary power unit, which we're going to start right now. So that's done. We're going to switch on the APU bleed air, and once it stops lagging, and we're going to switch on the packs. And now I'm just kind of wait for this to start up, and then we're going to switch from ground power to APU power, and then actually we can start setting up the flight management system already. So now we're going to go down to the flight management system, where we're going to enter our flight plan. I have all that cool stuff written down. So, and yeah. Alright, so first we're going to set our location. We are at Lima Echo Papa Alpha. And we are, I don't know what gate we're at, but and it normally doesn't work, so I'll just do that. This scenery is, the scenery that I'm using is freeware off of flightsim.to, and as well as the livery. So I probably should have linked it in the description, but it's too late now. So we're going to select our destination airport to Luxembourg, Echo Lima Lima X-ray. We're gonna be departing from runway 6 right here in Palma, and our flight number, we're gonna just put our call sign Luxair to Mike Alpha. Now we're gonna select our SID, our standard instrument departure out of Palma. So we're I don't know how you pronounce these ones, but is it here? There are so many departures. Oh my god. This is our departure, and now we just have a bunch of different waypoints. So I'm just gonna type these in, so I'm not gonna really commentate much on these. So I make my flight plans using SimBrief, which is like a tool. It's like a free tool from Navigraph. It's like the best thing you can have for flight simulation, and it makes your flight plan based on the current weather conditions. I have it set to live weather currently. So for some reason, I don't know the exact weather conditions along the route, but we're taking a route, like a more indirect route. We're going to be flying mostly over France, and I think we're going to be flying past Paris at some point. as well. We can watch the Olympics there. Ooh, I guess it's this one. So we're taking a little bit of an indirect route, but I think our flight time is going to be about the same. Once I'm done setting this up, I'm going to look through the EFIS and see if that works, if this is correct. Once the IRS is finished aligning. Okay, is this waypoint? Okay. TOU, this is the waypoint for Toulouse. Yeah, Toulouse-Blagnac, the airport in Toulouse, where Airbus builds their planes. B is this waypoint. I think we're going to be flying directly over Paris at some point, so we could see some pretty cool stuff down there. I mean, probably not, because we're going to be at cruise altitude still, but... there we go. Okay. And for this flight, our alternate airport, so if we have to divert, that airport is going to be Liège. Simbrief gave me Paris Charles de Gaulle as our diversion airport, but I manually set it to Liège because I know that Luxair, if they have to divert from Luxembourg, they oftentimes go to Liège, because sometimes like the airport closes at midnight, so if they can't land before that, then oftentimes they just divert to Liège, because it's like close, it's far enough that there's probably different weather conditions, but it's still close enough that it's like a short flight. So we're going to be landing on runway 6 in Luxembourg. The weather is looking pretty good. I don't think we don't need to do instrument approach, but I'm going to just select the ILS approach anyways. Where is this? Okay, this one. This is our star. I honestly don't know which transition we're on. That's done. Hello. I don't know what transition this is. Let me check the flight plan. Do we go past? I'm wondering if we go past Diekirch. That's this waypoint. This is the Diekirch VOR in Luxembourg. That's where that's just north of. That's a bit north of the airport. I think they might go there. Let me look. Let me have a look. I actually the other day not the other day. Last week when I was in Luxembourg, so I flew past the Diekirch VOR in a little Piper. It's pretty cool. Okay, that's actually way north, so we don't need to go that far. So that's okay. And now we're gonna just so see here, like they're just okay. Well, we're going to Diekirch anyway. So okay. So and this is the missed approach procedure. So if we have to do a go around, we're gonna just enter a holding pattern by this VOR. That's, I don't know how far north of the airport it is, but it is in the north of the airport. Oh, it's north of the airport, which also means on the other side of the country, because Luxembourg is very small. Okay, so our flight plan is all set. Now we're gonna go do our performance calculations. So we have to re-enter our zero fuel weight, which is 55.3. We don't have any real reserve fuel on board. We have our cost index is 74, and we have a cruising altitude of flight level 360. So now I want to do this carefully, because now we're selecting our takeoff speeds. So we're departing on runway 6 right in Palma, which is 9,800 feet long. We're not that heavy. We're not that heavy on this flight, and this aircraft is ridiculously powerful. So I think we'll just do it the standard 24 kd rate for departure. We're going to be using 24,000 pounds of thrust-ish. We're not using the full 100% thrust. We're only using 94.8%, and it's probably actually going to go down still from that. We can just use flaps 5, and now we're going to head over to our EFB, our electronic flight bag that PMDG so nicely added to this airplane. They did change it from the one in prepared, but because this is like, it's like derived from the NGXU, but so I've selected takeoff 1, correct? What did I do? Takeoff, performance, and one. Okay, yeah. So takeoff 1, and packs will be on. Okay, Jesus Christ, it's 38 degrees outside. Okay, so 138, 139, 144. Those are our takeoff speeds for departure. 138. I also want to point out I haven't really flown the 737 that much lately. I've also been away for like 2 weeks. Who the hell is calling me right now? I'm getting a phone call right now from a number I've never seen before. Oh my god. Hello, Skystream Aviation. Welcome to the chat, or welcome to the stream, sorry. I honestly have no idea when you sent that message. I haven't been looking at chat because I've been trying to put my flight plan in, but we just finished up our performance, and we should be pretty much good to go. So let's go back to our checklist now. So our performance calculations are done. We're going to select the pressurization mode to auto. That's already set. That's good. Now our flight instruments, these, well, the iris is finished aligning, and we have our display here. So now we have to set the altimeter. Now I don't know what the altimeter setting is, so I'm going to check it here. QNH 1013. Okay, so that's good. We don't need to worry about that. We'll just leave it the way it is here, and may as well do the other side. Actually, yeah, I may as well do the other side. Wait, are these? Oh my god, the person who called me left a voicemail. Oh god. Okay, and this is too much. Okay. The altimeter is set. We're just gonna leave the transponder like this. We don't need to worry about that. We're not flying on VATSIM. We're just flying in solo. We'll do our departure briefing in a little bit. Let me do a quick briefing. Let's set our EFIS like this. Oh god, wait. Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't know why I'm sneezing now. Okay. So we have our EFIS panel set. We have our nav display to the way I like it. We're gonna put our takeoff speed, which is 139 knots. We're gonna put this here, and then after we take off, we're gonna then just put it to like 250. Altitude, we'll keep it at 10,000. That's okay. Flight directors, we'll switch on the flight. We'll switch on this one and the other one, even though we do not have a first officer here. It's just your silly goose here as a captain. Flight directors are on. We're gonna set our trim. So I think, yeah. So it. Oh, okay. So we still have to calculate the trim. So it just calculates the trim for us with, I don't know, magic or something. So we have 5.54 on the trim. So we're gonna have to select that using our lovely trim wheel here on the 737. By the way, do you guys hear the sound from the simulator? Like, because like I don't hear it that much, but I know it's weird for me. For my audio is different than what you're hearing. So come on, keep it going. There we go. I think that's good. Okay. Okay, so now we're just gonna do a couple of tests. We're gonna test if our lights work with this nice switch over here. Let me see. Christmas tree inside the airplane. All these lights here. Alright, lights are all good. So now we're going to do our fire test. Down here we're going to test the fire warning. Alright, that's all good. Now we're going to come up here. We're going to test some other warnings. We're going to test the stall warning. Or the stick shaker. So that's the airspeed indication, and or the overspeed alarm, and that should be good. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, so we have a jetway connected, so we're gonna disconnect that because actually no, we'll leave it attached for just a minute. Actually, we can call up for pushback already. We just have. All we need to do is just switch on the fuel pumps and the hydraulics, and that's they're gonna need the the creepy GSX people, this creepy person is going to need some time to set everything up. So so actually, yeah, well now that I've, yeah, it's disconnecting the jetway now that I've called it for pushback. So we're gonna arm the auto throttle, and we're gonna then switch on the rest of the fuel pumps. I don't hear what they're saying because for some reason GSX is playing the sounds outside of my headphones. We'll switch to APU power, and we'll switch on the rest of the hydraulics. We'll anti-collision light on, and we'll leave these off. And we'll switch off the packs because on the 737 you need to switch off the packs in order to start the engines. On a lot of Boeing aircraft you need to actually switch off the packs to start the engines, so that's why sometimes if you fly in the 737, and a lot of other aircraft actually, when you start the engines it gets really quiet. I love you too, Marcus. Thanks for joining the stream. Alright, so we have the pushback tug here that's ready to go. We have our, so we're just going to check everything here. We have our APU selected, we have all of our fuel pumps on, we have the hydraulic pumps on, we have the packs set to off, we have our lights are good here, and all this is looking good. We have our, actually let's check if our flight plan is properly implemented. So, oh, what the hell is that? What is that? So, am I looking at the wrong thing? What is that? Wait, am I retarded? I might have done something wrong here. Also, don't cancel me for that. I didn't. That's not what I meant by that. So, I'm so stupid. Okay. So, all right. I kind of did a bit of a oopsie here, and SimBrief certainly didn't help me. I'm just gonna go to the external view for this. So we're okay. Gonna let the flight simulator lag. We are parked here. That's our aircraft, and I thought we were gonna. And right now in Palma, they taxi out on this taxiway here, and then they taxi to this runway, and then we depart, going this way, and then we circle around and head to Luxembourg. Now that runway is runway 24 right. Now, me, in my infinite wisdom, just assumed that when SimBrief gave me runway 6 left for departure, that meant this runway, even though if you look at it on a map, it clearly doesn't mean that. So now I'm going to have to go back into the FMS and fix the flight plan because I messed it up. Oh my god, this is why you should always check when you're relying on software like SimBrief to just assume like the runways that are in use. You need to check if it's the correct runways that are in use at the time. So okay, so now let's check this. Now we can check this. Okay, so now we have a straight out departure, and then oh my god, yeah, every like 2 minutes the simulator just completely lags. Okay, and then goes straight out here. Okay, and I'm also, wait, and I also just did the exact same thing in Luxembourg. I also selected the completely wrong runway. We're landing on the other side. As much as I would like to land on runway 6 so we can see Luxembourg City, we are not. We're landing on ILS 24. So this is our star. Nope, that's the wrong one. It's this star, yeah, an ILS runway 24 approach. Okay. And now now I have to recalculate the takeoff speeds. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this, guys. Because we're pretty much ready to go, and now I'm pretty sure GSX is also yelling at me to get a move on here, but so we're departing runway 24 left and one. Okay, and see that change. So it's now so it's now 139, 139, and 144. Hello. Yes, I know that the takeoff speeds have been deleted. And trim. I'll just do that. And okay. All right, that should be good now. Now it should be alright. Okay. Okay, we are now ready for pushback. Continue pushback. Okay. So we're gonna push out this way. So we need the nose to be facing the right. Okay. Gonna release parking brakes. I have no idea what GSX is telling me, by the way. I'm just kind of assuming that we're ready to push. Are we like doing something right now? I don't know what's going on. We're not pushing back right now, so sometimes this happens where like, because I left GSX open for a while, so now it's, and I can't move the camera back. Things are going great here at Flight Deck Aviation Industries or whatever. I don't know. What the hell? Why can't I can't bring the camera back. It doesn't reset the view. Is my key broken? Okay, well that's okay, I can deal with that. Okay. So, can I push back, please? Okay, I'm just gonna abort pushback and I'm gonna just reset it. I think I may have broken GSX here. Okay. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna just slew out to the taxiway and just start the engines there. All right, you know what? GSX is not working, so we're gonna do some magic. We're gonna do some magic here called slew mode. My joystick is not working. My joystick is not working here. So why is slew mode not working? I don't know what's going on. I'm not able to taxi. Well, alright. Alright, so you know what we're gonna do? Because GSX is not working and I can't even use slew mode to leave the gate. Oh wait, hold up. I can rotate it. Okay. So we're gonna okay, I can't do that. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually start the engines on the ramp. I'm gonna start the engines on the ramp and then we're gonna just use reverse thrust to push out from the gate because all my options for pushback have just mysteriously broken. Alright. So that's great. Okay, fuel pumps are on. We're gonna start engine number 2 and open that up. And then we have alright, and we're getting some N1 indications. Let's move our camera down. Like, I don't know, but for some reason, like, half my settings have, like, broken. Because I can't reset my the free camera, and now, like, half my software doesn't work. But now we are starting up the engine. The General Electric CFM56 on this aircraft. I believe producing 26,000 pounds of thrust, but I might not be correct on that. Alrighty, this one has pretty much started up. We can actually go ahead and start the other engine now. Start engine number 1 on the opposite side of the aircraft. Let's go into the back. Let's go into the aft of the aircraft. Once it starts, we're gonna get absolutely demolished by the exhaust. So that's gonna be fun. Like right now. See how fun this is? Like epilepsy warning. Oh my god. Okay, let's never do that again. Alrighty, so oh my god, I have my phone showing the stream and I just looked back at that. That was crazy with the exhaust. Alright. Okay, so the engines have started up. We're gonna let this guy finish up, but I'm gonna select this back to both. And we're going to switch the packs back on. We're going to now switch to engine power. So now the engines are powering all the electrics. I'm going to switch off the auxiliary power unit, please, thank you. And switch off the APU bleed air. And switch on the engine bleed air. That's already on, actually. Packs are on. Isolation valve is auto. Probe heat. Also, John, these are for our pitot tubes and stuff like that to get airspeed information. We don't need anti-icing system because it's like 40 degrees outside. We'll switch these to continuous, and we'll switch on our taxi lights. Normally, you do this checklist after you've pushed back, but it's actually so okay. I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, so I have actually I have to get rid of the chocks. Actually, hold up, I gotta go here. Okay, so now let's try this. Okay, we have reverse thrust. What is the how is it not moving? We're on like full max reverse thrust here. And okay. Slew mode is still not working. Alright. Okay, you know what? That's not working. Alright, so... Okay, so... slew mode allowed us to spin around, so I'm gonna just spin around, and we're just gonna start taxiing from here. Okay. So for departure, we're gonna select flaps 5. Flaps 1, 2, 5, okay. Stabilizer trim is set. We're gonna check our flight controls. Oh, and so the flaps are moving out, that's the sound that you hear. Well, my joystick is not working, that's why. Okay, I don't know why my joystick is not functioning. Well, the flight simulator hasn't even sent me a message that I have connected it, so... I think the flight simulator crashed. I think the game has crashed. Yeah, because the flaps are still like deploying. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we have okay. Okay. So, okay, now the joystick works. Okay. Oh, well, it's connected, but it doesn't do anything. Like what am I doing here? Okay. So let's check if the rudder works at least. None of the flight controls work. I don't know. It's normally not like this. I don't know why nothing's working right now. Our hydraulics are powered. Okay. So let's take a look here because we can check. Of course, there's no flight control thing here. Okay. Why? Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So you just can't see the flight. Okay. So I'm just a bit of an idiot. You can't see flight controls in the free camera, that's why. Okay. Okay, so our... Okay, they are looking good. Alright, so, we are good to taxi. Alright, we have disengaged the parking brake. We have not disengaged the parking brake. There we go. And we are moving. Okay. Oh god, that was a mess. Okay, that's probably the longest and most unorthodox startup procedure I may have ever done in this game. But regardless, we are taxiing now. So, and I cannot turn there. If you carry too much speed when you start turning this aircraft, it just doesn't turn, which is probably realistic. That's probably how a plane would taxi. But so, ignoring the fact that we're just following a giant pushback tug on the taxiway, we're going to make this right here, and then we're going to taxi down to runway 24 right, and we're going to then do our departure. What we're going to do, I'm going to just taxi down to the runway, and then I'm going to just do the takeoff checklist, and then we're going to depart. We're going to take off with our V-speeds and all that cool jazz. What's up, Genev? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, sorry I'm not doing your suggestion for a flight. I wanted to just try doing a stream in the flight simulator, because I haven't done that, like, ever. And, like, I wanted to do a 7.3 just to try it out, because I'm more familiar with this plane. And so far, things are not going great. So, but if this works, if this ends up working, I might do a stream on the A320 next time. So, yeah. But anyways, we're taxiing down to the runway here in Palma. I think we're gonna... Oh my god, there's a lag spike. So we're gonna make a right here, and we're just gonna taxi down. Luxembourg is W. So we're gonna taxi down, and then we're gonna hold short, and then we'll do our departure checks. Once we depart, we're going to be flying pretty much straight out, and then we're making a right turn to join our SID, the standard instrument departure. And then we're going to just climb straight up to our cruising altitude. We have an initial altitude selected, but once we get close to that, we're going to bring it up to 36,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude for our flight over to Luxembourg. And yeah, should be pretty good. Weather is nice. This is set to live weather. There's not really much weathering going on, but yeah, weather is very nice here in Palma, obviously, because it's August in Spain, so on a Spanish island in the Mediterranean, so what else can you expect? But we should also have pretty good weather in Luxembourg. There's a couple of clouds around the airport, but other than that, there's nothing really to worry about. Should we? Let's take this. Let's go here, and then hold short there, and then we'll do our. Yeah, me being the absolute nerd that I am, I've actually like I've printed out checklists and put them in like my own format. So like my desk is like completely full. Like I have my PC, my computer with the flight simulator, my joystick immediately next to it, my mouse on the other side, and then on the left side I have like all these cables for like everything, and then I have like actual papers with checklists, so I'm just flipping through them. Okay, before takeoff checklist, parking brake is set, our flight instruments, these are all set. We have the altimeter selected on both, we have our nav set. We should actually set these on as well. We have our V speeds as set. We're gonna select this. We're going to switch off the taxi lights, and then we're going to switch on the landing lights. We're going to put the, oh god. We're going to put our transponder to TARA, so now you'll see our plane on Flight Radar 24, I think. So landing lights on, we don't have strobe lights on this aircraft. Flaps are set to 5. We have our flight plan set, we have our MCP set. We have to actually set the auto brake to RTO. I completely forgot that step. Flaps are set to 5. Everything else is looking good. We're ready for departure. And we'll disengage the parking brake. And we will begin taxiing. We're gonna use 93% thrust on this departure. Now, because I'm a professional pilot and definitely have not made numerous mistakes throughout this video or the stream, whatever, I'm gonna enter sterile cockpit on the runway, even though we should have technically been in sterile cockpit since we left the gate, but that's boring for the stream. So alright, runway 24 right verified. Alright, 40% in 1, and of course it lags right here. Alright, and takeoff thrust set. Bit too much, but who cares? Airspeed alive. Oh, let me start this. 80 knots. Whoa, what the hell was that? There's just a bump on the runway. Alright. Rotate. Whoa, way too much there. Alright. Positive climb, landing gear up. I've been flying the A320 a lot lately, so I'm not used to the 737 actually responding to the control inputs. Flaps up. Oh, we have a tailwind. That's amazing. So we'll set this to off, and we'll select 200 on the speed. So we switch on the autopilot. We're going to reduce thrust a little bit and have a massive lag spike. Okay, we're gonna switch the auto. How is the autopilot already on? I never switched on the autopilot. The autopilot is like on for some reason. I never switched it on. What is this, Airbus? The autopilot just took control of the aircraft by itself. All right, whatever. Well, we have autopilot set. We'll switch to. We'll put it on flight level change just so we can kind of get to 240 knots. We'll maintain 240 until we get past 10,000 feet, and then we'll just increase up to our cruising speed as we climb up to our cruising altitude. Landing gear is set to off. I don't know what this setting really does. It's just something you have on Boeing aircraft. Auto brake is off, and we will switch off the runway turn-off lights. We're gonna leave these on, the engine start switches, because you leave them on for departure, just so you don't have like a flame out. Not a flame out, but like a compressor stall. I think that's what it's called. So you don't have a compressor stall, and we're gonna be. I normally like end up killing the engines during the climb, so I'm gonna leave them on. Oh God! Imagine if there's MCAS on the 737NG. Let's actually go to the external view here. Ooh, that's... Wait, hold up. Yeah, I take a ton of screenshots whenever I fly, so... Hold up. That's a screenshot right there. Hello, is somebody in Discord? Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm also recording in the Discord VC, so... Oh, and we are turning now. Okay. So now we're kind of just following our flight plan. So we're now making the turn off of our departure heading onto our departure route. It's telling me to switch the altimeter. May as well do that now.
Hold on, how do I access the stream? Do I...
If you it's posted. The YouTube link is posted in video uploads.
Ah.
I'm not gonna like stream it in Discord because it's just gonna like kill the frames.
Ah, yes.
I'm gonna set the. So now we've like reached 10,000 feet. So I'm gonna set the altitude to 36,000. That is too much. Okay. And we'll increase our airspeed as well to 70 knots. Let's put it at 270 for now. And we're past 10,000 feet, so we'll switch off the landing lights. And yeah. All right. So now we're gonna kind of just be chilling a little bit. We're gonna continue climbing out. We're gonna be leaving Palma soon, so ooh. Probably in a couple of minutes, once we get closer to our cruising altitude, I'm gonna just leave the stream. I'm gonna just like I'm just gonna like lower the flight sims down and just put some music up and get a cool camera angle. Then because I'm gonna go like eat something probably. But what's up, Jay? Welcome to the stream. We're on flight level change right now, so we're climbing out with flight level change mode, so we're using the max power of the engines right now. I don't like doing that. I just like doing that to get to my airspeed. And then I'm just gonna lower it to like this. I normally climb on 2,500 feet per minute, so yeah. There we go. That's a nice view. Is there I know on the Microsoft Flight Simulator version of the PMDG 7.3, you can put interiors on these planes. This is the default interior. The add-on this is like the livery I'm using doesn't have one, which is fine, honestly. This actually doesn't even look that far off from what Luxair has. Oh yeah, sure. I'll turn off my Discord sound. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like most people are just like there's like no one else really. So if you want, it's fine. But this livery, I found it. I downloaded this livery on flightsim.to. It's like the greatest thing ever. It's like there's like every single free add-on for the flight simulator you can find there, like liveries, airports. The airport scenery I used in Palma and the one I'm using in Luxembourg is both from there. I found tons of liveries. Normally, whenever I make flight videos, I link all my add-ons that I'm using in the description. I forgot to do that on this one, but actually I can put the link to it. Whatever. But yeah, I got the livery on it for flightsim.to. The aircraft I just bought it and didn't look at how and just looked away from the price tag. What do you mean by that? So on the website, there's when you go to the link, there's pictures and a description, and then there's also a download button, and then for this aircraft, PMDG has a a livery installer, so you can just in that software you can just upload the file, and then it just converts it, and you can have it in the flight simulator, assuming the livery is compatible with the aircraft, which they normally are. Yeah, no, I'll put the link in chat for it. Normally where is it here? Normally when I make flight videos, I put the links to everything in the description, but I forgot to do that on this one. So alright, let's do it this way. Okay. Alright, I'm acquiring the link currently. If I can find it. I'm just gonna put it in chat. No, don't worry. There's not much happening right now. I believe we're climbing out of 23,000 out of Palma. So no. We're kind of we're over the Mediterranean. Actually, let me see if I can do something here. Can I make this full screen? Okay. I'm actually gonna see. Can I? Okay. Does this work? Okay. I'm gonna try and switch the window here. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Okay. All right. Let me get back to the flight simulator. There we go. Okay. So we're kind of in the Mediterranean Sea between the island of Palma de Mallorca and mainland Spain. We're then gonna fly over Spain. We're gonna fly past Barcelona, and then we're gonna fly across the Pyrenees by Toulouse, and then kind of in northwestern France. We're kind of taking a bit of a wider route. We're going more over France, and then we will be flying, then making a right turn. We'll be flying past Paris, and then we'll be flying towards Luxembourg from the west, and then we're going to be circling around Luxembourg City, and then landing on the other side at Findel Airport. So yeah. So we're at 26,000 feet. Once we get up to 36, I'm probably going to just go AFK. I'll be away for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and yap along or whatever. Our flight is estimated to be 1 hour and 52 minutes, but hopefully we can make up a little bit of time on that. No problem. Okay. I hope this is not like super loud, but oh wow, that's nice. Yeah, see there, that's mainland Spain that we're flying towards, and I'm trying to get a screenshot of this. Oh yeah, the physics assignments, dude. Like, oh my god. I had to do some homework for AP Physics today, and it was like, actually, well, now that I understood how to even like work with the assignment, then that definitely made it a lot easier. Because like the other day I was like doing the assignment like backwards, and I got stuck like because I wasn't doing it like the right parts of the assignment, but like now it makes sense. So now that we're at 28-ish thousand feet, the way the aircraft displays airspeed, they switch it from knots or nautical miles per hour into Mach. So right now we're flying at 0.72 Mach, or 0.72 times the speed of sound. If you press this button, you can kind of switch this indicator to the indicated airspeed, but this is airspeed is a lot different depending on what altitude you're at. I was on. I need to check. I need to check canvas. I finished the equilibrium with components assignment. So I'm about halfway there. It's a bit easier now that I know what to do, but. Yeah, I was indeed yapping about physics. Yeah, like school starts in like a month-ish, or a little bit less than a month for me. So I have some homework to do over the summer, but you know, that's all right. Let's see, what's our altitude? So we're now at 32,000 feet. So now we're high enough for chemtrails to form. So now that we're high enough, we're spraying chemtrails out the back of the aircraft. Because I think once you pass 30,000 feet, the flight simulator begins to render in the effects for the contrails. So when you angle the aircraft, so normally, when the plane turns like that, that's like just how it's supposed to turn. There is a limit though, so like once you turn past like a certain number of degrees, there is an alarm, but like normally if you're doing a normal turn, you shouldn't be getting that alarm. If you're turning at like 50 degrees or something, then it's probably gonna set off an alarm telling you to, like, you know, you're turning too much, because then you can like roll the aircraft. So I might show this. I would like, I might, if I were to show that, I might do that once we're at cruise altitude, because we're kind of struggling to climb right now, but we're almost at cruise altitude though, so why not? May as well. Oh god. Alright, nice fluffy seats here. Nice and fluffy. It might take a little bit longer to climb, because once we get to the top of once we get closer to the cruise altitude, it takes you need a little bit more power to you know, maintain the airspeed and also have a better climb rate, but the air is pretty thin, so there's not a lot of lift, and there's not a lot of air for the engines. Alright, so that beep, that's because we're within 1,000 feet of the altitude. Oh, that's the trim. We actually climbed pretty quickly. Because you want the seats are very fluffy, because you want the pilots to be nice and cozy on these. Honestly, I honestly don't even, I mean, I actually have sat in a 737 cockpit once. I sat in this seat on a KLM 737 after landing, of course, and that was like 6 years ago though. But it was pretty comfy. I mean, because like you have this layer of like fluffy stuff, and then there's like this cushion here. So, I mean, it probably is pretty comfy. I don't what? No. Shh! Don't tell operations that. Well, I mean, if you're operating like a 4-hour flight and you have just 2 pilots, like, you can't have like someone else take control or enter the flight deck. So even if you're not sleeping, you might as well just want to have a cozy seat. I honestly, I could not. I have no idea what pilots do during cruise. Okay, so we're at our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet. So so because we have a request to test the bank angle sound. By the way, do you guys hear the alarms from the aircraft? Like, I honestly don't know what this sounds like. So, okay, this doesn't work here, but do you guys hear like the sounds from the aircraft in the stream? Alright, so to test that out, I'm gonna, hopefully we don't crash and die, but so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna disengage the autopilot. So that was that noise. And then we're gonna, if we start to bank the aircraft. Alright, you hear it? Yay! Let's hopefully we don't lose altitude. So now we're banking, right? So look at this little indicator here. This is kind of at like a normal bank angle. But now if we kind of steepen it a little bit.
Bank angle.
There you go.
Bank angle.
And now we're gonna kind of. So you heard that there was like this little bank angle call out. That's what happens when you kind of have too low of a bank, where it's a little bit low there. No, I have control. I was never really out of control of the aircraft. I mean, I was still at like a very shallow bank. It wasn't even that steep. So no, it's fine. We have also plenty of altitude. So if we stall, we have 36,000 feet to recover. But alrighty. So let's actually just to simplify this. Let's just go direct. Oh, okay. Let's just do that. Okay. Alright, there we go. That's better. Okay. So, now we're kind of just chilling at cruise doing nothing. We'll switch off the seatbelt sign. I'm gonna probably just leave a camera angle like this. So, there's some cool stuff to see. But, oh, there's Barcelona. That's El Prat Airport. And there's the city of Barcelona. So, I'm gonna kind of just leave the stream. I'm gonna probably mute my mic and just put up the music a little bit so you can hear some cool stuff, and then I'll probably be back in a little bit. I'll probably put a message in chat when I come back. But yeah, thanks for joining. It's going pretty well. It's kind of fun just kind of talking with y'all. So thanks for tuning in so far, and yeah, I'm gonna sign off for now. I'll be back in a little bit, and then we will continue to Luxembourg. Yep, no problem. See ya. Alright, hello, we are back. I have returned from not the flight simulator, but oh, and we got more lag. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where we are here actually. So for the next stream I'm probably gonna put some kind of map on the screen, but right now we're kind of over the middle of France. Ha ha ha! Don't cancel me, please. Yeah, we can see in our FMS how much distance we have until our descent. We have 189 miles until we have to start our descent. And we're in a bank here. Let's get a screenshot if we can. I'm gonna be posting these screenshots in my Discord after the flight, so. Ah, why? Okay, there we go. There we go. I might make a post actually with them after the flight, because why not? We can actually increase our airspeed a little bit because we can go a little bit faster here. So something I like to do. So let me try that again. So we have 180-ish miles until we have to start our descent. So what we're gonna do for that, we're just gonna set this to 0, our altitude to 0, or to not to 0, to the altitude where we have to start the approach. I should probably check that soon. And then we're just gonna click VNav, this button right here, and then once we reach the location where it says we will start at the descent, then it's just gonna do that. So and it's then just gonna start descending, and it's gonna follow along the waypoints, the certain altitude targets until we get to our selected altitude. So one thing I want to do, I want to make sure that we like have a correct like course towards the runway in Luxembourg, because sometimes what they'll do in an arrival routing and the approach, so sometimes you have to like circle a little bit or like go around the airport to the approach, but sometimes if you're coming from like the opposite angle or from the opposite side, like we are on this flight, sometimes they'll just send you directly to the final approach fix, the final waypoint before you, on the approach path, and that's gonna make you do like a very sharp like 80-degree like turnaround. So I want to make sure that we have waypoints along the way. So what I'm going to do, I have this set up and I'm just going to scroll through them here. Okay, so here's the problem here. So we're supposed to be at, we're supposed to start the approach at this waypoint right here, LX24 or something. We're supposed to start the approach here, but because we're coming from so far back, we're gonna have to kind of make such a sharp turn. So I think what we're gonna do, let me find this here. So there's this waypoint here. This place, this is not really a waypoint, but it's a VOR, which is like another navigational tool. It's the Diekirch VOR near the town of Diekirch in Luxembourg. This is often where planes enter holding patterns at Luxembourg if they ever need to, and if we have to do a go around, then we'll turn towards this waypoint, towards this location, and do a holding pattern there. For now, I'm going to just select it so we can kind of, because right now we're going to go like this and the runway's right here, so I'm going to kind of send us going directly to this waypoint, and then we're going to turn around to this side and then land on this one from here. So I'm going to I think it's right here, so it's the identifier is Delta India Kilo. Haha, I'm not going to make any jokes about that. Alright, yeah, there we go. Now it's like a more straightforward course. Well, straightforward, I guess, but it's simpler, and We might still have an issue here, but I think it's fine. If we have like, if we're not too high, I think we should be okay. If we're at the approach altitude like here, then that should be okay. We still have, so let's reset this now. So we still have quite a little bit to go until our descent. We have 168 miles. We're cruising at a bit of a higher speed now. We're cruising at Mach 0.78. And we've been flying for almost an hour and 20 minutes. So the flight might actually take a little bit longer because I had it at a lower cruising speed for quite a while. So, but now that we're speeding up, hopefully we might be able to make up some time. We'll probably start descending in around 30 minutes or so. So, whoa, okay. So this is our approach altitude, 3,000 feet. So that's where we're going to have to be when we start the approach, which is actually not very high because the airport in Luxembourg is at 1,200 feet. So that's only around 1,800 feet. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a shorter approach, but we'll see about that. But well, we can set this already. We got nothing else to do, so we're gonna set the arrival altitude, the altitude of the arrival airport, so the aircraft can figure out what to pressurize itself to. So the airport is, I see here, it's at 1,234 feet. So I'm going to round it up to 1,250 feet, like that. And now we may as well take a look at the weather. So I'm looking at the weather report from Luxembourg from 21 minutes ago, or 22 minutes ago now, from 5:20 UTC. Wind is 260 degrees at 7 knots, variable between 220 and 280 degrees. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers, few clouds at 4,500 feet, temperature 22, dew point 12, altitude QNH 1018, landing and departing runway 24. So we should have some pretty nice weather, just a couple of lower clouds that are still above our approach. Pretty much a direct headwind. It's pretty much a direct headwind of about 8 knots. Weather is, well, I mean, visibility is good. It's not even that hot. It's 22 Celsius outside, which is, I mean, when I was in Luxembourg, I was in Luxembourg like the last week, and it was never that hot. It was always like 27 at most, which is surprising because normally it's like 30 plus there sometimes. So it's not that warm there, which is pretty, I mean, it's also, I also have it set to live weather, so it's like 7:45 p.m. there. So, but yeah, looks pretty nice. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do until we start the descent. Normally during this, when I fly, I do other stuff like, I don't know, like other, like just chores and stuff, help, like work on other stuff, clean up some stuff, read, or no, I don't read. But yeah. So right now, because I know some people are wondering where we're at, we are by so I use a map to actually, I wonder, can I get this? Okay, I'm gonna play around with OBS a little bit. I'm gonna try and do something here. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna play around with OBS a little bit to see if we can get a map on the screen. Oh, okay. Ignore that. Whoops. Okay. That did not work. How do I do this? Where, window capture. Okay, is that it? Okay. Aha, okay. There we go. Okay. And if I do this, can I crop this? Or, oh wait, nope. What am I doing here? Okay, so we have, so I use a thing called Volanta. It's like, it connects to the flight simulator, and you can see where your plane is, and it has all the data and stuff. It's pretty cool. And you can also see other people who are connected to it. It's just like a tracking thing, and it has like a lot of data and statistics and stuff. I'm trying to see if I can crop it so you don't have the full window, because I know it's a little bit big. I don't want to move this. How do I... Can I get rid of this, or... Oh, we got a satellite map. Okay. Oh no, I'm not buying stuff. That's actually kind of hard to see though. So. Can I get rid of like other airplanes? Well, all right. That's. I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit more with this, but that's where we're at. We're about to, I mean, we have some clouds off to the left side, but I think off in this direction, see like all this, I think that's the outskirts of Paris. I think that's an airport over there. It might be one of the second airports in Paris. Actually, there's a lot of airports here. Hold up. I'll have to see when we get a little bit closer, but looks pretty nice. Whoever made this livery for this aircraft did a really good job. It looks really, really nice. Yeah, actually, I have the link. I normally put the links to that in the description, so I forgot to do it on this one, but oh, I have it right here. Okay. No, wait. So I'm currently in the YouTube Studio window, editing the description. Addons, PMDG, Boeing, 737-800. I forgot my other add-ons, but Luxair livery, and then we have the link here, and then I might as well put the I have also sceneries for the airports, so this is how you know that there's nothing happening right now, because I'm literally narrating me editing the description of the stream that we're currently watching. And then Palma. Okay, description is edited. We got all the cool jazz in there. There we go. We got links. There we go. Okay, cool. So, sounds pretty funky. I'll put the camera here for a little bit. All right. Okay. Um, Sans the comic, or Sans Aviation comic, from my Discord server is currently asking for lore. So the thing is, in my description, I have that it says flying the PMDG 737 in Flight Simulator, shuttling drunk tourists from Palma de Mallorca back to Luxembourg on the Luxair 737. Now, what that is supposed to mean, you know when people, Palma de Mallorca is like this nice, I would say tropical, but like this really nice, warm tourist destination and island in the Mediterranean, and they have a huge tourism industry. I'm guessing that's the largest like source of income they have, and so there's a ton of flights to Palma de Mallorca from pretty much every airport, pretty much every airport in Europe, at least Western Europe, that has international flights has a flight to Palma, especially in the UK and Germany. There's a lot of flights from the UK and Germany to Palma, and of course Luxair has them as well, and most airlines in Europe have flights there. There's just so much demand to go there, and a lot of people go to Palma to party, and that means a lot of drinking, all that fun stuff. So and there's tons of stories about like drunk tourists just causing a complete mess of everything there. I heard from someone in my family that there's like this whole like section in Palma that's like for German tourists, because there's a lot of German tourists who go to Palma. I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. The joke is that there's a lot of everybody got drunk and stuff like that, and now they have to go back to Luxembourg. We are flying over Paris right now. I think the scenery broke there, but I think that airport there is Paris Orly, and I think over there is Charles de Gaulle. Now I'm trying to find landmarks. I'm trying to figure out where the Eiffel Tower is, because Paris. I don't know. So there's the Seine. You got the Olympic. Unfortunately, they don't have an add-on for like the boats from the Olympics. All the. I've made so many jokes about like waterborne illnesses from the Seine, because it's like absolutely disgusting. But I'm gonna arm VNav here, so we can start our descent once that's ready, and we'll set the MCP altitude down to 3,000 feet. So basically, I don't have to do anything. The plane's just gonna start descending once it reaches the correct location. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. 3,000 feet. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's the lore for the stream. Just like bringing drunk tourists back to Luxembourg. That's Paris Charles de Gaulle right there. I'm surprised that you can see the buildings are actually rendering in, which is surprising. I didn't think they would render in, but there we go. I think that this is a default airport in the flight simulator, and it's actually pretty good. I did a flight there a couple months ago on the Air France A320. So yeah, now we're kind of like on the outskirts of Paris, but But yeah, this is now back to the same French countryside. There's no there. Well, I was gonna say there's no clouds, but there's like clouds all the way over here. When I was AFK, I was watching the Olympics. I was watching Germany versus Norway in beach volleyball. That's the only thing they had on NBC at 12:30 U.S. time, and it was right in front of the Eiffel Tower, which was pretty nice. And I don't know like even how Germany won, but like fair enough. Cause like it was like 14-14 and you need like 15 to win. It was like tied with 1 point to go, and then they just somehow won without. I don't know what happened, but. Yeah. So when we were over Paris, we made a turn to the right earlier, and now we're flying pretty much, well, not directly east, but we're flying now mostly east. So we're gonna be arriving into Luxembourg from the east, and then we're gonna, I think we're gonna fly over the city of Luxembourg so we can see some cool stuff. I can point some stuff out for y'all. And then we're gonna loop around and then turn around to land on runway 24 in Luxembourg. I think we're just starting the descent now. The aircraft is tilting forward a little bit now, so... Can I go back to the cockpit, please? There we go. There we go. Okay, we need to slow down because we're about to overspeed the aircraft. There we go. So now we have begun our descent. It's all running automatically, so nothing really to do here. Just to slowly start decreasing our airspeed, and then once we get to around maybe 20,000 feet, that's when I'm going to start, you know, running through the checklist and everything to get ourselves ready for landing. Yippee indeed. Alright, we're now descending through 26,000 feet, so now I'm gonna... So now is kind of when I begin to reduce my airspeed a lot more. Again, I'm not a professional pilot. This is just stuff I've learned from flying in different flight simulators over the years. I honestly have no idea how they actually would reduce the speed, but it's... I mean, or in what, like, in what steps they would do that, but right now I just reduce it in increments of like 20 knots at a time for every couple thousand feet. Really, you just have to be below 250 knots, below 10,000 feet, because this is an FAA regulation, and we're not in the US right now, but I'm pretty sure, I think also in Europe, you also, really in general, you cannot fly faster than 250 knots below 10,000 feet. So, and then we're gonna start our approach at around 170 to 180 knots, depending on how high we're gonna end up being when we start that. Do you hear my breathing? I mean, my microphone is kind of close to my mouth, so I apologize for that, but well, Mr. Marcus S., should you keep doing your physics work or take a break? I mean, I don't know what else you got going on today, so I'm not gonna decide that. So, I mean, if you have time now, I mean, may as well, right? Like, I mean, getting your homework done is more important than watching my my stream. So, but yeah. Alright, so we're now descending through 19,000 feet, so we're actually going to extend these speed brakes a little bit, because we need a little bit of help slowing down. And we're going to put this down to 280 knots. So once we get to 18,000 feet, we're going to have to reset our altimeter to... That's the wrong thing. We're going to have to reset our altimeter to the pressure, to the air pressure in Luxembourg, which I'm checking that now is 1018. So I'm going to unselect this and select and slide this up to 10.18 1018 hectopascals. And just checking where we're at right now, we are still over France. We're gonna quickly enter we're gonna quickly enter Belgium. We're gonna quickly enter Belgium, and then we're gonna enter Luxembourg at the Luxembourg-Belgian border, and then we're gonna be in Luxembourg. We still have quite a bit to go before Luxembourg because tiny country. So. By the way, I found this out the other day. I don't know if you guys follow politics or anything. I mean, I do. I'm a complete nerd about that. But Tim Walz, the Democrat vice president, or the vice presidential candidate for the Harris campaign, he is actually he's like the governor of Minnesota, but he actually, if you look at it, if you research this, he actually has Luxembourgish heritage. He's one of he's one of us, which means it's potential that I might actually be related to him. But no, I'm not. But apparently he actually, if you go back 6 generations, he has Luxembourgish heritage. I found this article on the Luxembourgish news. His great grandfather was born in Luxembourg, which is kind of interesting, but alright, so that's cool. Anyways, so yeah, we're now at 14,000 feet, so we're gonna start thinking about our approach preparations. So okay, so what do we need to do? So we're going to switch on the seatbelt sign again. We have the not the approach altitude, the land altitude, the altitude of our destination. We have that set and selected on this on the overhead panel. Nothing to do up here, and yeah, right now, our only job is to slow down, get below 250, and yeah. But this countryside is looking a lot more like what they have in Luxembourg. So, and as you see, now we're kind of seeing the airport already on our navigation display. We can get rid of these. I'm gonna frantically Google for an approach chart because I would like an approach chart. It's really hard to find approach charts for European airports. Some of their aviation regulatory stuff have them online, but a lot of them don't. The FAA has a huge database of basically every chart for every airport in the US, and they update it a lot, and it's free. It's amazing. But whatever. Actually, wait, do I have... So, right now the weather is pretty good, so I'm gonna actually change the type of approach that we're doing. Oh my god. I'm gonna change the approach. We're still gonna be landing on the same runway, but I'm gonna select the RNAV approach, which is a less precise approach. But since we're let's So, okay. So it's a less precise approach, but since the weather is good, we're able to fly visually. So I'm thinking I might just like take control, disengage the autopilot and take control at a higher altitude, and then do most of the approach manually. The winds aren't too strong. It's mostly a direct headwind, and the visibility is pretty good. So I think we'll just switch to So I just switched our flight plan to that. Okay, so over here we're pretty much by the border now. This is the town of Arlo. I don't know. I've never been able to pronounce it correctly, but it's in Belgium, right along the border. So it's probably somewhere here, and I'm hoping we can fly over Luxembourg City. So what the hell happened here? So we can see some cool stuff. Yeah, this is probably the cloud coverage that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be well below it though, so it's not really anything to worry about. Okay, so we're now at 10,000 feet. We are going to switch on the landing lights, and we're going to switch on the runway turnoff lights. We have our seatbelt signs on. Okay, that's okay. Our approach checklist. Altimeter is set. Now I'm going to go down to our iPad here and calculate our, I think it's this one, calculate our landing speeds. So we're going to select runway 24 in Luxembourg. That's the altitude, and then we have all the data here. The runway is very long in Luxembourg. It's 13,000 feet long, so we probably do auto brake 1, and we should be good. And packs are on. We'll just need flaps 30. That should be good enough. Oh, I need to do that. Okay. See, because sometimes they use different taxiways to get off the runway. Actually, we'll do a higher auto. We'll do auto brake 2. We'll have a little bit more auto brake, just so we can get off the runway at an earlier taxiway. And our landing speed is 145 knots, and we'll be landing with 30 degrees of flaps. We need to reduce our airspeed a little more, so we'll put it at 220. So now that we have that, we're going to select this into the aircraft. So our flap setting and our landing speed. So we'll be landing with flaps at 30 degrees and 145 knots of airspeed. Ideally, I often lose a lot of airspeed, but when I fly, so we don't need to worry about a localizer frequency or a localizer course because we're not doing an ILS approach. I'm just going to set this to the runway heading, which is probably like 240, probably around that. This doesn't really do anything, but we're going to set the auto brake to 2, this thing right here. I'm going to set that to 2 because that's what we have in our stuff. I don't know what the minimum is. It doesn't really matter because we don't really need to worry about minimums. And, okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Oh, it's this way, okay. Put the speed down to 220 knots. I'll set it to like 500 feet. That's probably good enough. Doesn't really matter if we set it to, because I know the minimum. So, well, I'll make my own. But other than that, we just have to start just keep reducing our airspeed and adding flaps. Okay, 500. Okay, it's probably higher than that, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're gonna extend flaps to. We'll extend flaps to 2. I think that's only the slats on the leading edge of the wing. Yeah, there you go. You can hear them going. I think it's only the slats on the leading edge of the wing that are for this, and then later we're gonna have. Hello, Caden. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna just ignore. I'm just gonna ignore the well, yeah. People in my Discord server can be a little crazy. No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Okay, so we're now at 5,000 feet. We've passed the Dikish VOR, so we're now heading towards the airport. It should be off to our right side. I think it's right there. Yeah, there's the airport. And we're going to be descending to... I'm actually going to lower this. I'm going to put this down to 1,200 feet, the airport altitude, because we're going to still need the autopilot for a little bit longer. There we go. So where are we right now? So this area here, this is kind of a very rural part. Like a lot of stuff in Luxembourg, it's like really rural. So and then there's like, well, sorta. I mean, there's like a lot of just villages around, and there's like forests everywhere. So there's not a lot of stuff here. Now, if you approach the airport from the other side, you'll fly over the city, which is over here, so you can see a lot more. But we're coming from this side, so we're mostly just flying over fields and some villages. There's a couple of small towns that are short of the runway. Alright, we're gonna reduce speed down to 180. We have a little bit of turbulence here, but that should be okay. And we're gonna extend. Wait, we'll extend flaps 5. Flaps 5 degrees. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over what we're going to do here. We're going to turn to the right now. We're going to join the final approach course, and then we're just going to reduce airspeed and add more flaps. Once we're in the turn, we're going to extend flaps to 10 degrees. We're going to then just add some more flaps, and then continue down to the runway. At some point, we have the autopilot flying the approach right now. At a certain point, I'm going to take manual control, and I'm going to just fly the aircraft in manually towards the runway, because the weather is nice and may as well. So, alright, flaps 10. Let's get a... Ooh, that's a nice shot right there. Alright, we have the airport in sight. It's just ahead of us there. Alright, I might not be doing as much commenting or looking at the chat now because I'm trying to run through our checklist here, but... Alright, landing... So, before landing checklist, we'll reduce down to 170 now. Because we're at, like, 2,500 probably. So we have the altimeter set, we have our landing speed set 2,500 feet. Landing gear down. There we go. Landing gear is coming down. And we'll extend flaps 15 degrees. Our course is set, our auto brake is set, our landing minimum is set. Autopilot is configured, flaps are at 15, landing gear is down. We're going to put the start switches to continuous. Runway turnoff lights are on. and we will arm the speed brakes. All right. Now we're just gonna continue slowing down and adding flaps. So we have our altitude above sea level, 2,500 feet, and our altitude above ground, which is 1,600 feet. Flaps 25. And speed 150. Minus 224 feet per minute. I'm gonna try and land smooth like that. Well, that's not really smooth, but I'll try and land smoothly. We're at 1,000 feet. I'm gonna reduce this. Now we're gonna set our landing speed here 145 knots, and we'll set flaps to 30 degrees. Landing checklist. Go around altitude. We'll set that later. Row and turner flights are on. Landing gear is down. Autopilot, auto brake set. Flaps set. VRF set. Landing checklist complete. Autopilot disengaged. Alright, autopilot disengaged. I have flight controls. If it lags on short final, I'm gonna be so mad. Continue landing. Autopilot disengaged.
200.
A little high.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, touchdown. 2 in reverse. Hello, reverse, thank you. Alright. Reverse thrust disengage, and we'll take this runway turn off. Thank you, Caden. Alright, so, overall, I mean, so approach was, it was actually not bad. The whole approach is better than how I normally do. Got a little bit high on final, and kind of, I think I flared a little bit early, and touchdown was a little bit on the firmer side. I'll have to check the numbers later, but regardless, we are on the ground. We're gonna now do our after landing checklist. Our speed brakes will bring them down. Bring our speed brakes down. We'll switch off the transponder, and hopefully we don't taxi off the runway. There we go. Okay. Flaps will bring up. Landing lights will shut off, and we'll turn on the taxi lights, and we're going to switch on the auxiliary power unit, and also the bleed air. Probe heat is off, and engine start switch is off. And auto brake off. Now I'm gonna select our gate. We're at gate Bravo. Well, it's actually Victor 10 in the flight simulator. It's not too small for my aircraft. I've seen planes parked there. So we're gonna taxi down to this area. It's kind of a stand. Luxair parks a lot of their 737s there. Now there's 2 terminals at Luxembourg Airport. There's the big one over here with the jetways, and then there's this one. Now at this terminal, there's where a lot of the smaller planes are, like Lufthansa City Line, KLM, and Luxair parks a lot of their Q400s there. They park a lot of their Q400s there, and there's like a couple of stands before it where there's a couple of stands in front of it where they put their 737s. So we're going to this gate over here, and then we're gonna get like stairs to disembark the passengers. Is GSX worth it? I mean, it's a good add-on when it works. Sometimes it does. Sometimes, like when we were leaving Palma, it didn't really work. Now that might be because I also messed a few things up, but It is good when it's reliable. Some of the stuff is like there's a couple of features that I don't normally use. Like I don't normally do full boardings and stuff. I mostly use it for like pushbacks and stuff, and just to make videos look nice. I mean, it's definitely not the most expensive add-on for the flight simulator. It's still good, but I mean, it depends on what you're. I mean, if you're just using it for pushback, I don't think you need to do that because there's a free add-on for pushback. But like I make videos with this, so I use GSX a lot to just make stuff look cool at like the beginning and the end of the flight as well, and you got some nice scenes of that. So that's why I use it. But it really depends on what you're doing with it. I mean, it's still a good add-on. So. Alright, let's not... Alright, parked a little bit ahead. Alright, parking brake is set, okay. Now let's switch to APU power and shut off the engines. Alrighty. Alright, so we have arrived. We have officially arrived, huzzah! So, parking brakes are set, APU generator and APU bleed air is on, isolation valve open, anti-collision light off, runway turn-off lights and tax lights are off as well, exterior lights, they're all off already, passenger signs, will switch off the seatbelt sign, we'll switch off the rest of the fuel pumps except for this one, which we need to run the APU, and we will switch off the hydraulic pumps as well. And we'll come up to the MCP and switch off the flight directors. Switch off the flight directors, please. There we go. And there we go. I'm gonna go down to the PMDG menu and call for a ground power unit. I'm gonna set the chocks and get a GPU. And we'll do a deboarding, because why not? Alrighty. Yeah, about like FPS hits with GSX, I honestly have no idea about that, because like I have no idea how to check my frame rate for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like I don't know where I can find an FPS counter. Actually, let me see how much task manager, how much like stuff am I using right now? How much like RAM am I using? I'm wondering. I mean, we're on the ground. Well, task manager almost crashed, so I don't know what any of this stuff means. I don't know what any of this stuff means, but alright, well, we're on the ground, so that's cool. Pretty nice flight, honestly, so no complaints here. Haven't flown the 7.3 in a while. Yeah, the landing, though, minus 365 feet per minute. Yeah, that was not a smooth landing. It is hard to land the 737 smoothly, because you got just these two little wheels, but these two little landing gear, but in general I'm not that good at landing planes smoothly. I think I may have gotten one landing below 100 feet per minute, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get a couple of screenshots here because oh, hold up, that's cool. That is cool. Are you kidding me? Hello, bus. The bus is ruining the screenshot. Why? The bus ruined the screenshot. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. So I'm gonna probably wrap things up now. It was a lot of yapping. I don't know why I was yapping so much, but I normally don't yap that much, but you know, whatever. Gotta do something during the stream. Because I mean, I haven't done one of these flight streams yet, so I'm honestly not really sure what to do during cruise. Especially because, like, you know, I'm not expecting to have like 150 people watching. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna wait to deboard everybody. No one cares about that. But so let's just see what Volanta says. We had a flight time of 2 hours and 3 minutes. Landing was at 365 feet per minute, which is like not good. That's very hard because I kind of flared a little bit early, so I kind of slammed it down. But yeah, 1.06 G's on landing. It was a bit slow, but overall, not too bad. So, yes, this concludes, I guess this concludes the lore about the drunk tourists coming home from Palma. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap things up now. I'll probably post a flight sim video, like a normal one, not like this cringy stream, but like an actual video in probably a couple of days on the A320. I still haven't recorded it yet, so it might be a while before that, probably start of next week. And then basically for the rest of the month, I'm gonna focus on making a lot more flight sim videos, and I might do a couple more streams because this went pretty well. So I'll try and do a couple of streams. That's crazy. That's crazy. Stop. Please stop, Caden. Please stop. We had requests for lore like halfway through the flight, so I just started yapping about like bringing drunk tourists back from Palma. So for more lore, head to the Discord. No. So yeah. So I'm gonna probably make some flight sim videos in the next couple of weeks when I still have time. I'm not gonna have much time in a couple months, but I'm gonna try and get a lot of stuff out for you guys. And yeah, might do a stream next week. I don't know. I have a suggestion for that. So probably will be on the A320, which will be kind of scary because I don't know how to. I still barely know how to fly the A320, even though I've been flying it mostly last few months. But yeah, I'm gonna probably end the stream now. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been really fun doing this flight, and being able to. I mean, even though it's mostly me yapping, me talking the whole time, it's been nice to still like have you guys here and talk with you guys in chat and stuff. So oh, thank you, Caden. We should do like a shared cockpit flight once. Like, is that still? Can you still do that in VATSIM? Like, I haven't done a flight on VATSIM in a while, or really ever. But can we still do like shared cockpit flights? Because that'll be super fun. So maybe shared cockpit flight with Aviator Caden, or with Marcus. I don't know. Marcus can ride. Marcus here can ride in the jump seat. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and it's been really fun. I'm gonna do some more streams in the future, hopefully, at least in the next couple of weeks when I have time. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.